so much out of my life just to make it. I'm filling up my tank every 3 to 4 business days. 3 to 4 business days.
The economy is not bad and gas prices are not high. You can miss me with that shit.
The price of literally everything has gone up so fucking much to the point where everything is literally unaffordable. I have a fucking master's degree.
Millions of Americans are really starting to quietly check out this whole economy, okay? And I'm not just talking about for work either, okay? I'm just talking about the whole idea of the future. We're not really seeing protests on this kind of stuff. We're not seeing some kind of viral breakdown or anything like that, right? I think it's truly quieter than what most people are really talking about, okay? Because people are really just stopping very, very quietly. And they're stopping not just because of their jobs, but because of the whole idea that the future is worth grinding for. And because that this whole thing is kind of, on the quiet end of things, no one's really talking about it. So I really want you guys to stay with me here for a second, because by the end, you're going to understand why this is really happening. And you might realize that you are feeling the same way too. And it's not laziness either. This is clearly exhaustion. There is a difference, and you can really see it on people's faces every single day. When someone works hard for years and the line never moves for them, I'm talking about like they got the same bills, same struggle, and no progress, especially with how everything's going now, the brain will eventually just do the math on it and go, why am I really killing myself for this? And I don't think that's giving up at all. I think that is a rational response to a deal that has been broken. And like I said before, this is the kind of tired that sleep just doesn't fix, okay? This is the kind where you're working full time and you still can't get ahead. So your body and your mind just start to withdraw. And the numbers back it up as well. About 1 in 3 households now expect to be worse off a year from now. Like, really think about that for a second, guys. A third of the country is looking at next year and seeing it getting worse, and not better. When people stop believing tomorrow will improve, they will stop investing in it. And that's what tapping out actually is. A person who truly quietly decides to stop and doesn't really show up in like your riots or your protests and all that stuff, they just disappear from the story. They stop chasing the promotion. They stop trying for, that big purchase or that big house. This is a slow, silent checkout. And these silent things, they're not going to trend, okay? So we're not really going to notice it. And that is exactly why this is so dangerous to our society today. If you felt that quiet pull to just stop chasing, to stop pretending that it's going to click one day or you're going to get, more money one day, I want you to know that you are not broken and you are not alone in this, okay? A lot of people are right there with you, honestly. They're just not saying it out loud. And if you have ever felt like tapping out, what was that moment for yourselves? Let me hear that in the comment section. And sometimes just, knowing other people feel it too is the thing that truly helps.
So I just received a call from HQ, and unfortunately, we're going to have to lay you off. Look, I know this all sounds sudden, but the way the economy is right now... Alright, cool. Is that going to be it? What are you doing? Well, I already don't get paid enough to survive, so if I'm going to be broke, I'd rather do it outside of an office. See ya. Hey, you need something? Yeah, so it appears you have failed to meet the minimum payment for your vehicle, so unfortunately we're gonna be forced to take it. Excuse me? The car. I just lost my job, so I have nowhere to go anyways, so enjoy. You deserve it. Hello? Hey Jake, this is your landlord. I noticed you're 3 months behind on rent. Do you plan on paying that at some point? No. Okay, well we're gonna have to evict you then because you... Great, when do you need me out? By the end of the day? Oh, my network finally dropped me. It was a long time coming anyways. And your total is $15.87. Go ahead and tap your card, sir. Alright. Oh, sorry, sir. It says your card has been declined. Oh. Alright, and for armed robbery, you'll be placed in county jail with a $20,000 bond until your sentence. If you have anything to say for yourself, please speak now. No, I'll just go to prison. What? Well, I don't have a job, I'm homeless, and I can't afford food, so prison seems like it solves all those problems, so take me away whenever you're ready. Well, unfortunately, sir, we can't do that. Wait, what? See, our prison system's already overflowing, and the state can't afford any more inmates, so in a way, the economy is too bad for you to go to prison.
There is nothing else to cut. There's nothing left for me to cut. I have cut so much out of my life just to make it. When I say everything is high, gas prices high, I'm filling up my tank every 3 to 4 business days. 3 to 4 business days. Everything is high. Food high. Light bills high. Gas bill high. Gas prices high. Rent is high. The sky is high. I am tired. I made the most money I've ever made in my life. It may not be much to a lot of people, but to me, it's a lot. I could potentially make up, not to put my financial business out there, potentially take home $2,400, depending on how I work. My thing is, I never see the money. I never see it. Where is it? Where did it go? It disappeared. It's in my account and poof, out. Gone. 2 seconds. Out of there. Gone. Like, just gone. I'm not understanding what is going on with this economy. I don't know what's happening, but I am tired of making the cuts. I bring my own lunch to work. I skip meals. I'm going to be a 2T by summer. I'm going to be a 2T by summer. I promise you. I don't know what the fuck to do.
I need everybody watching this to ask themselves one real question. Is life naturally getting harder, or is modern life being structured in a way that keeps regular people constantly stressed and surviving? Now, we're about to stop talking vague and talk real life. Housing costs are exploding, meaning people with decent jobs still can't afford homes that their parents could have bought working regular middle-class jobs. That's why grown adults making good money still feel behind, because wages stop matching the cost of living. People are working full-time and still checking their bank account before they buy groceries. That's not normal pressure, that's survival pressure. Food prices keep rising up. That's why people walk into the grocery store now and spend $100 on what used to feel like $40 worth of food. Everybody feeling it. And they got people avoiding going to the doctor unless something is serious, because people scared of the bill more than the illness these days. And we got AI replacing jobs. That means corporations can eventually reduce workers while increasing profits. And that's why people feel so nervous watching technology advance so fast. It got regular people wondering, what happens to workers when companies need less humans? One of the biggest issues that I see happening right now, social media algorithms are designed around attention. More emotional, angry, anxious, addicted, or distracted people become online, the more money these platforms make. That's why people can spend hours scrolling and still feel mentally drained. And on top of that, data collection is exploding. Apps, companies, and platforms are tracking behavior constantly because human attention has become profitable. That's why you see an ad come across your screen and it feel weirdly targeted towards you. Technology then got way more advanced, but peace of mind got worse. People feeling burnt out, sleep deprived, overstimulated, financially stressed, constantly consuming bad news, constantly reachable, constantly pressured to produce more. Those are real life effects people actually feel every single day. And when you put it all together, people start asking a deeper question. If all this technology and advancement was supposed to improve life, then why do so many ordinary people feel mentally exhausted just trying to exist? That's the conversation more Americans are starting to have right now, because people don't just feel broke no more. They feel psychologically overwhelmed by the structure of modern life itself.
I was having this discussion with somebody in the gym, and they were saying, why do you think Americans are accepting like what's going on currently? And I said, I'll be honest with you, man. It's like somebody being in an abusive relationship, right? Most people that are in an abusive relationship, they know that they're in an abusive relationship, but they won't leave. For whatever reason, they'll stay in that abusive relationship. They'll continue to get abused. And I said, if you think about Americans, they're just used to being abused. It is the norm. It is like this long relationship that has always been the norm. It's always been this way. When we see a little change, it's like a person getting better, but then they go back to their old ways. And it's almost like we think like, well, we know what good looks like, but then the bad is really bad. And I think that's the situation we're in right now. We're like, well, we know what good looks like. We know what our top tier looks like. But when it's bad, it's bad. A lot of times when you're in an abusive relationship, you're looking at the highs. But honestly, the cons outweigh the pros. But people don't look at it like that. And I think that's the current state that we are in America right now. Right now, the cons outweigh the pros. But we're just hoping on this high. It's almost like buying a lottery ticket. It's almost like if I hit this, I'll be set. But the chances of you hitting the lottery are slim to none. And that is the best way I can explain this situation. And after I explained it that way, he said, man, I never looked at it from that point of view. I was like, dude, that's what it is. And until we, as a U.S. citizens, break out of this abusive relationship, it'll continue to happen. And that's what it is. Hopefully this is helpful to somebody. Chris with the gems.
We have officially hit the breaking point. So now my question is, what do we do? The breaking point means that everything, as it's been getting more expensive, has now collectively gotten too expensive. So that it's not just people kind of getting behind on things. We're like from the point of no return where like there is no catching up anymore. Nobody can tell me I need to go work 80 hours a week doing something because I'm still getting now outpaced by the price of gas, electric, food. What are we supposed to do? Like this genuine human me to you, like what are we supposed to actually do? Because unfortunately right now, as most people are, they don't own anything. I don't own my car. I don't own the house I live in. I don't own these things. And so if I don't pay for them, I lose them. So if there's so many other people in the same spot, I'm just trying to see like the bigger picture, and I'm trying to like have like a conversation here because obviously like it's very clear that we're in a systematic collapse. But I think like it's what are we now going to do? Because there is no hyper individualism. I can't sit here and take any hyper individualistic advice to somehow turn my life around because it's not going to work. The world has now fallen apart so much. At least like the whole system we've lived in. So I mean, what are we supposed to do? What are we gonna do? And I'm just open to hear like all thoughts and whatever else, because like ultimately most people's boomer ended advice is not going to help anybody, and that era is over. The idea of going and working for somebody else and saying that this now solves my day-to-day livelihood problems are well over. So
guys, the economy is so bad that I might actually stop drinking. Like gas in Utah is now $4.79. The only thing that's actually going down in price is eggs. Everything's going up. And at this point, I'm like, dang, do I really need to spend 20 on a bottle again? You know, like at that point, that will go towards gas or bills. Granted, we pay so much money here at this apartment, as I've said before, but still. We move in a month, but at this point, guys, I might just gotta quit the liquor, quit the beer. My dad bod might need it anyway. And my liver. Anyone else feel this way? Like you might just stop drinking, just like you might actually lock in. You might actually lock in this summer just to save money. That's how bad it is. Let me know in the comments below. Who else is struggling paying their bills?
This is genuinely the worst economy to hate your job in. Like every day I want to quit. But every day I'm reminded if I do quit, I won't even be able to afford milk. Like at this point, it feels safer to just stay unhappy than to be unemployed. We've never lived in times like this.
The economy is not bad and gas prices are not high. You can miss me with that shit. I don't want to hear none of that. No, never again. As long as we got crowds of people lined up, taking a day off of work, camping out to buy shit like this, for what? For what? Let me tell you something, Papa. If you was at the club and you had this, little mama can't even see it in the dark. She don't even know what you got on your wrist. You just went and dropped all this money. No, you can't pay your rent. And then you gonna talk about gas prices high? For somebody to not even notice. And then if they did notice, they ain't even gonna believe it's real. They be like, bro, that shit fake, dog. You got a fake one. We are the generation that never grew up. We never grew up. You know, my homeboy, he about to get evicted from his apartment. He can't pay his bills. But he got 3 Cuban link chains. I tell him, bro, pawn one of them. Bro, what I look like pawning my chain? I ain't gonna be walking around without no chain with a naked neck. You rather sleep in your car with a chain than live in your apartment without a chain? Like, that's wild crazy to me, right? People are just so irresponsible. One of my homegirls got fired from Spirit Airlines. No job, can't find a job, struggling, stressed out right now. Went and got her hair and eyelashes did. Like, what are we talking about here? I just sold a BMW to a girl 18 years old. Car payment $700 a month. $700 a month. And before you beat me up, it is not my job to be your financial advisor. It is my job to sell you a car. I sold you the car you picked. Uber Eats and DoorDash are busier than ever. Starbucks and Chick-fil-A every morning got a 1-hour wait damn near. Cars coming out to the street. You can't even just pull in and, nah, man, no dice, jit. You'll wake up an hour early to get Starbucks, but you won't wake up 15 minutes early to get to work on time. Like, it's wild crazy to me. So next time everybody say the economy bad, no, it ain't. We just irresponsible. We spend our money in other places, right? We don't want to buy gas, but we'll buy a Macafropolaka with a birthday cake pop for $22 every morning, 5 days a week, and not realize, bro, I'm spending $500 a month on Starbucks, $1,000 a month on Chick-fil-A, $1,500 a month on Uber Eats, DoorDash. Then wonder why I can't pay my rent. Rent too high. No, man, your habits are too high. You've officially let your habits outweigh your hustle. No dice, jit. I don't want to hear it. As long as y'all standing in line for shit, the economy is good as a motherfucking ghost.
The price of literally everything has gone up so fucking much to the point where everything is literally unaffordable. I have a fucking master's degree. I still can't afford shit in this economy. Gas is through the roof at over $5 a gallon here. It costs $100 for me just to fill my fucking gas tank. Grocery prices are over fucking $500 for a family of 4 for the month. And that's not even buying the extras. That's getting half the generic shit and shopping at Costco in bulk. And don't even get me started on trying to budget and save, because all I do is use this app to track my subscriptions every month to make sure that I'm not overspending on anything that I don't need to be spending on. Honestly, it's fucking insane at this point, but what am I supposed to do to make a living and then also have any kind of social life at this point? You can't.
When do you think they'll get it? When do you think they're going to understand that people cannot afford the lives that they want? They can't afford the children. The generations will continue to get smaller. People will continue having fewer children. When do you think that's going to happen? Like, it's not a matter of, oh, well, it's just like a minor dip. It's a matter of the fact that people can barely make it work on their own. Or if you're in a situation like myself, I'm finally making really good money. I'm not going to immediately funnel that to a freaking kid. No, absolutely not. And yet the cost of living is still insane. Inflation's still insane. Housing still insane. And it's like they just think that they can continue to escalate on every front and everyone's still going to comply. Like, what do you think is going to happen? It's going to collapse. Like, I just don't understand why this is all coming as a surprise for them. They just think they can squeeze more and more and more. Everyone's increasing their prices on every front and saying, why isn't anyone having children? Gee, I wonder.
Young people are careless because they have no reason to care. No matter how good of a job they get and no matter how hard that they work, prices are going to keep going up and wages are going to keep staying the same. As a young person, there is no way to get ahead in life in 2026.
I truly, honestly do not see the point of working anymore in 2026. Like, these jobs don't pay for shit. They're paying folks $15 to $20 an hour to get in the back to unload trucks and to do shit that you do not like at all. Like, hard physical labor. On top of that, these jobs are just hiring people to fire people. I'm seeing people apply to multiple jobs, not even getting an interview, and it's like basic level shit, like flipping a burger. What the hell? How the hell is a motherfucker can't get an interview to flip a burger? What the fuck? Then on top of that, it's like TSA not even getting paid from the government, so it got me thinking like, damn, what the hell? If they don't get paid from their job, what the hell you don't think none of these other jobs ain't gonna pay your ass one day? It's like, what the fuck? Like, honestly, I truly, and then on top of that, there are even these old heads at jobs that you go to who just make your job difficult as hell, especially over micromanaged motherfucker manager, or just anybody in general. Like, people don't wake up out their bed every fucking day to go put up with bullshit. They wake up out their bed to go handle business and go the fuck back home. I truly just do not see the point of the fucking job. Plus, rent is high as hell. I just truly don't see the point no more.
And you can't get all your shopping done in one store no more. You got to go to this grocery store, cause maybe a meat just a little bit cheaper at this grocery store than it is down at the other grocery store. But then you go to the other grocery store, cause you probably get grapes for probably about 10 cents less on a pound. And then you go to the other grocery store, cause the milk might be a little bit cheaper. But they say you do it all at one grocery store, you're gonna be out of $5,000. Then you got to search for a gas station, cause down the road the gas station down the road the gas at the gas station might be 15 cents cheaper, but you go way back yonder and it's $16 a gallon. Then you got to go back home, and by the time you get back home, your gas tank back on E. I just stay at the house.
And then I hate when people start talking about, oh, make your job your hobby. Do something that you love, and you'll never work a day in your life. They don't pay people to lay on the beach and tan and get drunk and take fic pics and go shopping. That's not a job. And if it is, let me know who's hiring for that job. I don't want to do the sort of shit that creates revenue and capital. I don't like words like that. What don't y'all understand? I want to do what I want to do. I don't even want to be concerned with money. Like, I want to do what I want to do. I don't care if money comes as a result. I don't want to create economy. I don't want to do that. I just want to have fun. Hello? And also, who wants to monetize their hobbies? It's no fun when you have to do it or else you're going to starve. It's no longer a hobby. That's a living. I don't want to have to make one of those. I just want to live. I just want to do the living thing. Like, capitalism's done a number on us.